Dear teachers, welcome to JS in English Learning. We are with Unit 5 of PGTRB and we are discussing William Shakespeare's play Henry IV, Part 1, which is prescribed under a non-detailed play in this particular unit. Now, we had seen in unit, that is in Act 2, towards the end, you find that Prince Harry receives a commission from his father, Henry IV. And according to that commission, or you can call it as a summon, according to the summon, he was to report at the palace the following morning. And he immediately finds that it's a very important summon from his father because there is civil war which is brewing. So he starts moving to the palace. Now we are moving into Act 3. In Act 3, we find in Act 3, Scene 1, we are going to find how the rebels are planning their attack against Henry IV, that is Henry IV. So all the rebels, they are now gathering in Wales. You know that already in Wales there is a rebel, and the rebel is Owain Glendower, and he is the father-in-law of Mortimer, and he has arrested his own son-in-law because he was representing England. He was representing Britain. He was coming with his own army, English army, and he was fighting a war against Owain Glendower. And you find Owain Glendower arrests his own son-in-law, and then he is killing all the other English soldiers. And you find that his own cousin, that is Hotspur, you can call it as a brother-in-law or you can call him as a cousin, is very keen in bringing Mortimer safe from Wales. And he also knows that, Hotspur also knows very well that Owain Glendower is very much unhappy with King Henry IV. So he wants to shake hands with Owain Glendower and he wants to have a kind of support from Owain Glendower. So he goes to Wales. So Act 3, Scene 1 takes place in Wales. Okay, and it takes place in the castle of Owain Glendower, and almost all the rebel leaders of with their armies, they have gathered there. And who are the people who are gathered? You find the most important among them. There are many people. The most important among them who are the speaking characters are the members of the Percy family. Who are the members of the Percy family who are present? One is Hotspur. The other one is his uncle, Worcester. And then you have Lord Mortimer, who is Hotspur's brother-in-law. And in this play, okay, historically they are brother-in-laws, but in the play, Lord Mortimer is described as the cousin of Hotspur. And all these people are in a very serious discussion. And we also know by the discussion in the previous sessions that Owain Glendower is the father-in-law of Mortimer. Okay, and now when everybody is talking, Owain Glendower, as we discussed in a particular session that dealt with the character sketch of Owain Glendower, we came to know that he was a very strong warrior. At the same time, he was very deeply rooted in Welsh pagan tradition, which believed in prophecies, omens, magic, and demon. So, Owain Glendower was a very mysterious character. And this man, while talking to his allied forces, he tells that he would be able to call the spirits from hell, and he would be able to strengthen the army. Okay, so he is telling them, I have certain powers. I can get the powers. And he also speaks about his birth. He says, when I was born, the earth shook and the sky was full of fire. When this was communicated in the gathering, Hotspur started making fun of Owen Glendower's magical power. And because of that, there arises a kind of animosity between Hotspur and Owen Glendower. Do you understand what is a conflict that is developing there? When everybody should put their minds together and plan strategies against Henry IV, you find that the host is being insulted by the guest. Who is the host?
Hotspur.
Is Hotspur the host? Owen Glendower? Yeah. Owen Glendower is the host, and all others are guests. They have gone to his castle. And Hotspur, one of the guests, one of the very important person who is the backbone behind the rebellion, he is making fun of the religious beliefs or the spiritual beliefs of Owen Glendower, and that creates a bit of restlessness in Glendower. And you find that Mortimer is trying to tell Hotspur not to indulge in it, but Hotspur goes on mocking Glendower's claims. Did you get that, teachers? And as this conflict goes on, you find that Glendower becomes more assertive. ரொம்ப அசர்ட் பண்றாரு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, என்னுடைய வெல்ஸ் spiritual tradition and the beliefs in women, prophecies and spirits வச்சு he was telling, in the past I have repelled Henry's invasion 3 times. 3 முறை Henry the Fourth என்ன பண்ணாரு? He tried to invade Wales, but with the help of my spirits, with the help of mystical practices, I was able to repel him. I was able to send him back. And now this is the 4th time that Henry might come here. And if we are going to continue talking, I will not be able to prevent Henry the Fourth. That is the claim made by Glendower. And then you find that there are other people who are entering into the scene, and they are calming down Hotspur. Hotspur is very mocking in tone, whereas Glendower is very assertive. He knows that he has certain powers, but that power is questioned by Hotspur. So he is a bit upset with his guest. But this particular issue is set right amicably. And then you find Glendower is coming with a map of Britain. And he is discussing the aftermath of war. He is so confident of defeating Henry the Fourth. Glendowerக்கு வந்து எந்த ஒரு சின்ன பிசுறு அளவுக்கு கூட அவருக்கு டவுட் கிடையாது. என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஹென்ரி த ஃபோர்த் வந்து டிஃபீட் ஆவாரு அப்படிங்கிறதுல அவருக்கு எந்த டவுட்டும் கிடையாது. He is very confident that Henry the Fourth will be defeated in the war. So he brings a map of Britain and he starts discussing how to divide Britain among themselves. போருக்கு பிற்பாடு எப்படி நம்ம பிரிட்டனை நமக்குள்ளே பிரித்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும்? Because we are allies. We are coming together to fight Henry the Fourth. When Henry the Fourth is defeated, his kingdom has to be separated among 3 people. And how is what is the idea given by Glendower? Owen Glendower says, I will take up the western part of Britain, that is the western part of England and the whole part of Wales அப்படின்னு அவரு சொல்றார். வெஸ்டர்ன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் இங்கிலாந்து எடுத்துக்குவேன், அதே நேரத்துல வேல்ஸும் எனக்கு தான் சொந்தம். ஏன் சார் இது இவரு வந்து வேல்ஸ்ல இருக்கிறாரு அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, you have to think about Great Britain. Okay, undivided Britain, where you have England, okay, Scotland, Ireland and Wales put together becomes Great Britain. அந்த கிரேட் பிரிட்டனை தான் ஆட்சி செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருந்தாரு ஹென்ரி த ஃபோர்த். அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியால இருந்த குறுநில மன்னர்கள் எல்லாம் இப்ப ஒன்னா சேர்ந்து ஹென்ரி த ஃபோர்த்துக்கு எதிராக, எம்பரருக்கு எதிராக போரிட என்ன பண்றாங்க? திட்டம் தீட்டுக் கொண்டு இருக்கிறார்கள். அவரை வீழ்த்திய பின்பு எவ்வாறு இந்த கிரேட் பிரிட்டனை டிவைட் பண்ணிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அப்ப கிளெண்டவர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, எனக்கு இங்கிலாந்துடைய வெஸ்டர்ன் பார்ட் வேணும் அண்ட் ஐ நீட் த ஹோல் ஆஃப் வேல்ஸ் அப்படின்னு அவருடைய கிளைம் சொல்றாரு. அதே நேரத்துல மார்டிமருக்கு என்ன கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, he says Mortimer should be given the southeast part of England, which includes London. And Hotspur is claiming that he wants northern part of England because it is his hometown. அதே நேரத்துல you find that Hotspur doesn't stop mocking this character called Owen Glendower, the host. அவர் என்ன பண்றாருன்னா, அங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த ரிவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் இவர் கர்வ் பண்றாருல, அந்த கர்வ் பண்ண இந்த ஏரியான்னு அவர் கர்வ் பண்றது எல்லாத்தையும் கிண்டல் பண்றாரு. இவர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, இந்த ரிவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் கர்வ்டா போறது எனக்கு பிடிக்கல, ஐ ஷுட் மேக் தெம் ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது கிளெண்டவர் பிகம்ஸ் பிட் இரிட்டேட்டட் and they start an argument. அந்த நேரத்துல என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா, the other people in the alley troops, they come in and they separate them and they take them to different places. And you find Mortimer comes to Hotspur and he is telling not to bother Glendower, his father-in-law, because Glendower is a man who is very, very mystical, mysterious person, a man with supernatural power. அதனால he is possibly a magician. With his magical powers, he can do anything. If you are too much irritating him, he may not lend his help. When he does not lend help, I cannot also lend my help. அப்படின்னு சொன்னோன்னே ஹாட்ஸ்பர் என்ன பண்றாரு, ஓகே let me try to be silent அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிற நேரத்துல you find Hotspur's uncle Rochester, he also voices the same. And he says, you need to respect, okay, Owen Glendower, our ally. அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. அந்த நேரத்துல இவங்க எல்லாம் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கும்போது Owen Glendower enters into the tent with two newcomers. Who are the two newcomers? One is Hotspur's wife. What is Hotspur's wife's name?
Kate.
She is called Kate and she is also known as Lady Percy. And then you have Mortimer's wife who is also brought in. And why are they brought in? Because these ladies must say goodbye to their husbands and the husbands should say goodbye. And you find something very interesting here. Okay, you find that Hotspur and his wife already had a cousin. Okay, and their relationship is very strained. So they are half affectionate and half fighting. But they are coming together and they are speaking and they are trying to bid farewell to each other. But on the other side, you have a very, very delicate situation. In a delicate situation, அப்படின்னா Lord Mortimer is an Englishman. He doesn't know Welsh language. Whereas his wife, Lady Mortimer, she is a Welsh girl. She doesn't know English. So there is a need for a mediator. And who acts as a mediator between these two people is the father of Lady Mortimer. Who is that? Owen Glendower. He acts, and you find that Lady Mortimer is actually singing a Welsh song to Mortimer, and she makes Mortimer lie on the lap, and she is trying to motivate him, soothe him, and motivate him. This happens there. Okay, and after all these things, you find that when the song of Lady Mortimer is over, all the allied forces, they come together and the rebel leaders, they sign a contract of agreement as to how to split the kingdom among themselves. Okay, after signing, all the rebel leaders, that is Mortimer, Hotspur and Worcester, they set forth. They are going towards a place called Shrewsbury, which is very close to the English border, Wales English border. Wales உள்ள இருக்கிற வந்து English border வரைக்கும் போறாங்க. And there they hope to meet the Earl of Northumberland. Who is the Earl of Northumberland? Earl of Northumberland is none other than Hotspur's father. And they also hope to meet Douglas from Scotland. Who is coming there with 1,000 soldiers. So a very big rebel team is heading towards Shrewsbury, and they are going to camp there, and they are going to start their attack on England. Okay, and in the meanwhile, when all these people are moving, Glendower will gather his army, and he is planning to lead into England within 2 weeks. நீங்களாம் முன்னாடி போங்க, நான் 2 வீக்ல அங்க வந்துடுறேன், நீங்க போய் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வார ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க, நான் வந்து தேவையான நேரத்துல வந்து ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு அவரு சொல்லிடுறாரு. So with that we come to the end of Act 3, Scene 1. Are you there, teachers? Have you any doubts?